after NYC, I've only discovered myself. Like somebody said, your destiny is not out there. Your destiny is inside of you. And discovery is to uncover what exists. So who you are is already inside of you. You are only discovering yourself every day. I was only uncovering myself. So I knew I liked talking. I know I liked making noise. I know I was a noisemaker when I was younger, but I didn't know how it makes sense. It was in NYC I started uncovering who I am. So in NYC I joined the FCC because I want to talk. So we'll go and talk. Then later in the DLCF, I still wanted to talk. So I started saying, okay, I'll be going to school and be doing morning devotion. So I started going to schools. I was doing morning devotion for them. I started going to school. I was helping them to organize school fellowship. And it was while I was organizing one school fellowship that I got my first ministerial assignment to come and teach in a Redeemed Christian Church. I just went to that school to minister. Somebody said, can you come and talk to our youth? And I was surprised because I was not looking for attention, but a Redeemed Fellowship Church invited me to come and speak to their youth. So I was like, what's going on? Is there something here? And then I was invited again for their night vigil. So I felt like there's something about me ministerially. So I knew I may end up in ministry the way things are going. And then along the way in NYC again, I noticed I started writing. For my personal CDS, I wrote the story of Owo. Owo is the place I served. So I just love writing. I love reading. So I wrote the story of Owo for my personal CDS. I started writing books. Most of the manuscripts I have now that I'm even working on, they are written in NYC. So I knew that from what I've seen, it's either I am a pastor or I am a teacher. Everybody, my parents are teachers, so I know in a way I will teach. But I didn't want to teach as a pastor because my dad is a pastor and some other things. So it was NYC. I knew that I would either end up as a teacher or as a pastor. But I didn't know how it would connect. Because I don't want to go full-time into pastoral. I don't want to go full-time as a pastor or as a teacher. I wanted to be in between. And then was when I found the word for myself, a strategist. I no longer describe myself as a pastor or as a teacher. I am a strategist. So when I'm in church, I give strategy. When I do business, I do strategy. When I teach, I do. Yes, I am still a lecturer somewhere, but I am not a lecturer. I don't call myself a lecturer. I am a strategist. I still speak in the church, but I am not a pastor. I am a strategist. So I found a name to describe myself. Look at it. I found myself. I found a name to describe myself in NYC. So in NYC, I started writing. NYC, I started looking for opportunity to write. Anytime they are doing colonial review, I will be called. So I finished NYC. And then I forgot myself again. So I got my first job 2 weeks after NYC. And I was a builder, meaning I studied building, how to build a house. So I got the first job for 2 months. And after 2 months, I was frustrated with the job. I wanted to leave. That was when I discovered a second part of myself. I get bored with things easily. You have to understand yourself so that you will not be stuck. There are some people that they know they get bored easily and they want to go and work in an office. You will be frustrated. So 2 things I know is that I like talking, I like sharing, and I get bored easily. So I know that anywhere I'm working, I will not last if I don't do what I need to do and leave. Because I left my state, I came to Ondo State, and then I was bored. I got a job in Port Harcourt. I went to Port Harcourt and spent a year again. And then after 1 year, I was bored with Port Harcourt. I came back to Ondo State again. But I noticed a common pattern in my life. The common pattern is I like talking. I like writing. I like sharing experience. Anywhere you are talking, I always see something. I now declare that I have this perfectionist mindset of what can be done better. So after NYC, I went back to Ondo State. I was bored. So I told myself, let me get work. So I got a work which took me 3 years. I worked as a builder, as a construction engineer for 3 years. Then I was bored again. So I told myself, since I had an HND, let me go and do my PGD. So I did a PGD. Because I was bored, not because I wanted to further my study, I was bored. After my PGD, I was bored again. And I told myself, I need to do something else. He said I start a business that allows me to be a pastor. He said I go into full-time ministry or I start a school. But I knew that I don't have the physical experiences. I wanted to be a master in my field. So I told myself, the next thing I need to do is to go for masters. But because I know I get bored easily, I know I cannot stay anywhere for up to 2 years. I'll be bored. I said, what I need to do not to get bored is, let me travel to a place that I've not gone before. Since I like traveling and I like speaking, I wanted to make a decision that will allow me to speak, at the same time allow me to travel. So I left Ondo State and I came to Anambra State. Because I was bored, because I wanted to travel and because I want to develop my capacity in education and in ministry. So I came to Ondo State. I came to Ondo State with, I think, 2 clothes and 2 trousers. I didn't come with anything. I just wanted to come and check. Like, I left Ondo State for Anambra State with 2 trousers and I came down. But I discovered that immediately I got down, the passion in me to teach didn't allow me to rest. So I was doing my master, I was sponsoring myself, and I went and looked for a school where I was teaching computer. Thank God I have that capacity in computer. I was teaching computer and they were paying me 6,000 naira per month as a master degree student. But I was not interested. Teaching is my passion, and I know when I do well. Bible says if you see a man that is diligent in his business, he will stand before. So I was doing 6,000, and after a while I told my boss, this money is too small. He said that you increase my salary or I leave. And because my value where I was working was too much, they agreed to increase my salary from 6,000 to 7,000. And I told them no. I was even coming twice in a week and they were paying me 6,000 and they said they will pay me 7,000 to come twice. I said no. You have to pay me more than that or I leave your job. And before I knew, I got under school elsewhere 25,000 and my boss increased my salary to 15,000. I told my boss I'm going to fire you if you don't increase my salary. So I was teaching. While I was teaching in the fellowship where I was, they needed an admin. And they employed me as an admin. They were paying me 7,000 naira to be an admin. And while I was doing the admin, I was not concerned about how much they were paying me. I was concerned about the fact that I love management. Again, I discovered during NYC that I have a thing for strategy sharing and management. Management, these are the 2 things. I describe myself as a teacher, a writer, and an organizer. I love organizing. I love administration. So when they said they were looking for an admin person, they will pay me 7,000. I agreed. I was a master. I was doing my masters. I agreed. And it was while I was doing my masters that there was a change in administration in Nysc, and our member became the VC. And when he became VC, he made a vow to God before he became VC that when he becomes the VC, he will build a campus fellowship for Oka region and he will employ those that were not employed. So immediately he got there, he wanted to employ. And that was how I got into academics. And since then, by the grace of God, 2019, I've been lecturing, and that's what I've been doing. But here's what I've been able to do. I have been able to find that I love sharing strategy. I've been able to find that I love management. I've been able to find that I love administration. So what I deployed myself. After NYC, it's deployment. I deployed myself. I allowed myself to be an admin in the ministry. So as a minister, I am a Bible teacher. I am also an admin in the church. Then in my workplace, I am, number 1, a researcher. I am a developer. I am also a coach. In my school, I organize seminars for people. I am invited to speak to people. And then thirdly, I started an online hustle. Online, I am a graphic designer. Online, I am a business developer. Online, I'm a brand strategist. Online, I have a media platform that I used. So what is common to all these things I did, which is what I'm still doing now, because now my everyday life now is I work in a place as a training director and as a brand strategist. I also get invitation to come and speak in different places, online, offline. I write, I organize every Thursday, every Wednesday, on every Friday. I organize an online show. I also help people to promote their products. But the common thing in everything is me. So if I want to get married, I will get married to enable me. I'm entering ministry because ministry gives me the platform to be me. I am lecturing because the lecturing allows me to be me. So the common factor is me. So it was you before NYC. It was you during NYC. And it will also be you after NYC. Before I give the strategy, life is about impact. Life is about influence. Life is about purpose. So it's not even about you. It's about God first. Because he said, before I know you, before I formed you, I know you. He said, I know the thought I think towards you. It means that as a product, God has a purpose for your life. And success should not be measured by money, by marriage. Success should be measured by how much of God's plan you are able to fulfill. Like I said, before NYSC, you had yourself, you have your gifts, you have your talent, you have your dreams. After NYSC, the dream should not go to the drain. And that's why sometimes I cry for some of our sisters that get carried away with married your friends. Not in the line of purpose, somebody that you can help and somebody that can help you. Yesterday I was watching a documentary of a guy that they agreed to be, the wife agreed to be a full-time housewife. But after 8 years in marriage, she was frustrated being a full-time housewife. And she told the husband, I want to get to my career. So I sometimes have a problem with love. Love is good, but I want to love something that will enable my purpose. I want to love something that will enable success for me. God is my ability to, just like a biro. A biro is success when it can write. The same thing. Success is when you are able to fulfill all that God puts within you. Success is with destiny is within you. You are not going anywhere. The only thing outside of you is age. The only thing outside of you is dying. But inside of you are those ideas. Inside of you are those musical pills. Inside of you is that insight. Inside of you is that you're always frustrated with poverty and you want to make a difference. Inside of you is that the way things are painted, you want to rearrange it. So it is bringing out yourself. So it's about impact. It's about influence. Using your gift to make an impact. Masters is to develop you to make impact. Marriage is to have somebody to support you to make impact. Business is to go to a place where you serve people. Don't forget that there is a common saying in business that people don't buy what you sell, they buy how you make them feel. So if you are selling rice, people are not actually coming to buy your rice. They are coming to buy your rice because you say good morning when you give out the rice, because you care, because you send them happy birthday. So there are people that will even come to your shop and come and buy things, not because they want that thing, but because they want to smile at you. They want you to advise them. So it's not even about business. It is what you do through that business that matters. So the summary of it all, before I take my point, I'll be talking about some point that you need to take note of, is that the essence of life is for impact. The essence of life is to influence life. The essence of life is to achieve greatness. And I define greatness to mean, number one, you have to be fulfilled. I have seen a lot of persons that got married and they are frustrated. I've seen a lot of persons that went for masters and they are frustrated. I've seen a lot of persons that start business and they are frustrated. I have seen a lot of persons that got job and they are frustrated. Why? Because they are not expressing themselves in that marriage. Look at the Osinachi case that happens. When I look at the story, I discovered that the reason is because the man was feeling insecure. I learned that the story was that Osinachi was a gospel singer, but she was not making money from singing. The man he married, the husband, Nwachukwu Osinachi, was a choir director in Dunamis, but he was not making money from it. So I was told that Osinachi traveled to Abuja, Dunamis, to go and minister like other choir. She was not very popular then. And then the choir master, which is the husband for Abuja, saw her and saw the gift in her voice and became her friend and said, you have a gift. You have a gift. You have a gift. And that's how they became friends. It was gift that brought them together, not making a difference. And then the husband saw business, a typical Igbo man. He saw business in Osinachi. Osinachi never planned to go to studio and release any song. It was the husband that told him, do you know you can make money from this? Do you know you can make this? You can make this. You can make this. The lady wanted to make impact. The husband wanted to make money. And that was a mismatch. Their problem was money issue. Along the way, Osinachi grew and she was making money. And the husband was no longer happy. I was told that if your husband is negotiating for Osinachi to perform, you will be very surprised. Sometimes the husband will collect money and she will not even be aware. Their greatest problem in that marriage was money. The woman grew more than the man, and the man could not cope. Sometimes she will go for ministration and the husband will lock her out. Why? Because she was just concerned about gifts. This man can help my gift. This man can help my gift. But where is the man going to? I also learned about the story of Chris Okote. His first marriage that broke down was because of mismatched purpose. The woman he married said God told him that he's going to marry an evangelist. Chris Okote said God told him that he was going to be a pastor. So when they met, because they have a common gift of teaching, they got together and the woman assumed that in the future Chris Okote will become an evangelist after pastoring a church. And then Chris Okote assumed that in the future the woman will be tired of saying I want to travel and become a pastor's wife. Funny enough, many years along the line, the woman became frustrated. They are both teaching, but the woman wants to travel and teach. The man wants to stay and teach. And because of that, they could not survive. There's more to marriage breaking. Some people are frustrated in marriage. So because of that frustration, the woman left the marriage. Look at Kathy. Kathy marriage just broke up because of purpose incompatibility. Kathy was a dancer, a Guinness World Record holder. The person he married was a dancer too. So they had common gifts, but they had they have different purpose. Kathy was a dancer, the husband was a dancer. Kathy wanted to tour the world, but the husband was an housewife. So Cafe was a singer. The husband was dancing in a cafe group. So it was Cafe that was paying the salary for the husband. So along the way, they fell in love and they got married. But he said when they got married, the husband is always not happy that she's going out to go and perform. The husband is not always happy that when they go to an event, it is her name they call. They don't call the husband name. So Kathy outgrew the husband, and there was a problem, and now they divorced. So the point I'm bringing out is life is about greatness, and greatness starts with number one, fulfillment, doing something that you have passion about. Number two is prosperity. Passion is not enough if you are not making money. Fine, yes. Find fulfillment, yes. Do passion. But number two, make money from what you are doing. If you like writing, publish a book, even if it's an e-book. If you like singing, make money from singing. Make money from your passion. Number three, have an impact. Impact means you are raising others. Impact means that you are influencing others. Impact means that you are making people to reassess life and say, just like me, I am an HND holder. And everybody that knows I'm an HND holder is always shocked. And sometimes I've seen some of my friends that wanted to go and do BSc after HND, but because my life was successful, I didn't go back for BSc. They are inspired. That is life, is to inspire somebody. There's a common saying that if you have HND, you cannot teach in a university. But I am having HND, I am teaching in a university. So because I've been able to break protocols, I have people in my life that are breaking protocols because I break protocol. I've seen people that come and meet me and say, please, I finished HND. I want to go and do BSc because there is discrimination. I said, excuse me, let me advise you. I am an HND holder. I have not gone to do BSc and I am not frustrated. I am teaching a university. Why? Because I know myself. Because I have God. And I know the solution I can bring to the table. So, impact. Let somebody stop lying because you exist. Let somebody stop being poor because you exist. Let people hear your story and be inspired. And then finally, greatness means influencing a change. Don't forget that the people that have the highest voice in Nigeria is not the president. Buhari is the president of Nigeria. But do you know that Naira Marley has a voice more than Buhari? Why? Because he's an influencer. Buhari is the president of Nigeria. But do you know that Elon Musk has a voice more than Buhari? Do you know that Two-Face is just a musician, but he has an influence? If Two-Face say from now on everybody be keeping your bed, people listen to him. So the unbelievers has made a lot of wreck with their voice and with their platform. And until you find fulfillment and achieve prosperity and make impact, you cannot tell people to start having a voice. Look at Nathaniel Bassey. Earlier on, we have the Jesus trend all up and down. Why was Nathaniel Bassey able to influence the world? Why? Because he found himself, he's fulfilled himself, he's making money from himself, he's having impact. And because he made a tweet, the old world was turned upside down because of that. So it's about influence, it's about impact, it's about prosperity. So you have to find your purpose from God. You have to know what problem you can solve. You have to understand the goal, your niche. You can't be like everybody. For me, I don't want to work in a bank. Anywhere I work, I will not be able to talk. I don't like working there. So you must understand your purpose. You must understand the problem you can solve. You must understand what success means to you. Success for me is to be fulfilled. Is to make money doing what I love. Is to make an impact. And is to make a change and to make an influence. The number three is platform. Now let's get back to the topic of the day. After NYC, what next? Don't forget that NYC is a platform. It's a platform they've offered you. You were a professional on campus. And who is a professional? A professional is anyone that earn their living from performing an activity that require education, skill, or training. So, as a professional, it means that you've gone to school. You've gone for training. You've been trained. And now you have the required ability to perform, to make a difference. You have a competence, you have knowledge, you have education. So, it means that you are a professional even before coming for NYC. It's just that you have theory, you don't have the practical, you don't have the technicality. Now, NYC was created for you to deploy, to do internship. NYC is an internship platform. Nigerian youth. What is NYC? Yes, National Youth Service Corps. So it's a service corps, and a service corps is an intern. Okay, so NYC was actually created for you to make a difference, and that will take me to the NYC platform. I'll go to the NYC platform now, because the question is after NYC what next? Before I give my own opinion, let me see what the NYC people say about NYC. Number one, if you look at objective one, They said to inculcate in Nigerian youth the tradition of industry at work. What that means is that you've learned a little about work in NYC. So after NYC, you are supposed to work. You are supposed to express yourself. You are supposed to deploy yourself. Number 2 objective said to raise moral tone of Nigerian youth for national achievement, social and cultural improvement. After NYC, you are supposed to use your gifts, your skill, what you have learned in school and what you have learned in Said to bring about national achievement, social improvement and cultural achievement for national interest. Another objective of that said to enable Nigerian youth to have the spirit of self-reliance, to develop skill for self-employment. You are not supposed to work for anybody after NYC. You are supposed to be self-reliant and self-employed. You're supposed to be an entrepreneur. Now listen to me. To be an entrepreneur does not mean you have to go and start a business. You can be an entrepreneur for 24 hours. You can be an entrepreneur 8 to 4. You can be an entrepreneur 9 to 5. You can be an entrepreneur 5 p.m. to 9. So it's either after NYC you start a business or you work in a business as an expert, as a consultant. Don't ever allow anybody to employ you. They collect your time and they collect your skill at the same time. It's either you sell your skill for money or you sell your time for money. That's why in America they are developing. They pay you per time. And that's why they are growing. In Nigeria, they pay you for life. Somebody will tell you that work is 8 to 4. And by 6 o'clock, he's still keeping you at work. That is frustration. So when you finish NYC, look for a job that will allow you to come and do your skill and leave. Or you work there for 2 hours and leave. Don't allow anybody to take your life and your time. If you sell your time, you can use your skill to do something else. If you sell your skill, you can use your time to achieve something else. So it is self-reliance. Even if you are working under somebody, be a partner there. Grow to partnership. Grow to an extent when you are leaving, the person will want to increase your salary. So after NYC, the nation expects you to grow the economy. Expect you to preach unity and integration. Expect you to be able to have the utilization of your skill. So after NYC, it is utilization. So now we have seen the objective. Number 2, after NYC, you are supposed to deploy what you have learned in school and what you have learned in NYC. In school, you have the educational skill. In NYC, you did Said. What you are now supposed to do after NYC is to combine your academic knowledge, your technical knowledge, and to deploy it after NYC. Like I said, before NYC, there is God. After NYC, there is still God. You still need God. Before NYC, you had a mission for life, a dream. After NYC, there should still be a mission and a dream. Before NYC, you had yourself. After NYC, you must have yourself. Before NYC, you had dreams. After NYC, live your dream. Before NYC, there are market needs, societal needs, the next expectation of the creatures. After NYC, there should be a realization. Also, after NYC, most people, they will say, I will go and rest. They will say, I want freedom. After NYC, some people want to get married. Some people want to get a paid employment. Some people want to start an enterprise. Some people want to partner and further their studies. But one thing you must understand is that there are different things to do after NYC. So I'll give you 20 things. And then I'll put a pause to it. 20 things you can do after NYC as a professional. Like I said, the professional is somebody that has been trained. Okay? And I told you that what people used to do after NYC is that they will take a white collar job or a non-manual job. Some people will take a manual salary work. Some people will become an executive partner. Some people will get married. And I told you that marriage is a network for deployment. It is you that should be deployed. And I said a professional is somebody that engage in a paid occupation, is qualified, is learned, and has a livelihood. And I told you that there are about 6 ways. Let me say this one before I take my 20 points. Number 1, there are 6 ways to achieve success in life. 6 ways to achieve professional success. Number 1, discern where you want to make a success. You can't make success everywhere. There are different fields and there are different industries. There are different worlds. You can't be an influencer in all the worlds. You can start from somewhere. Choose your niche. Is it media? Stay there and grow. Is it sports? Stay there and grow. Is it fashion? Stay there and grow. Is it technology? Stay there and grow. Is it manufacturing? Stay there and grow. If it's production, stay there and grow. Find your career niche, your market niche. Find it. Mark Zuckerberg is not putting mind in any other thing. He's in technology. Look at it. He's there. He's not trying to put mouth in church. He's not trying to put mouth in this. He's not trying to put. Michael Jackson was not looking for any other thing. He stayed in music. So find your niche. Oh, what's your industry? Music. What's your industry? Media. What's your industry? Education. What's your industry? Merchandise. What's your industry? Ministry. What's your industry? Therapy. What's your industry? Find your industry. That's number one. Discern yourself. And there's no way you can discern yourself if you don't know who you are. It is your gift, your talent, your potential that will give you an idea of who you are. You say, okay, I like speaking, so I should go to education. I like this, I should go to this. I like this, I should go to this. And that is very important for you to do. Number one is discern who you are and your field. Number two is develop yourself. Okay? You need to be an expert for people to pay you. People don't pay anybody. You can't give value when you are not an expert in something. So when you know who you are and the field you want to be achieving greatness or be a professional, develop yourself. Do training, online, offline, attend school, go for internship. Before you start that thing you learned online, look for someone that is doing the physical business and go and submit to the person. Learn from the person. Serve somebody so that you can learn the technicalities. So number one, find your field. Number two, develop yourself as an expert. Number three, deploy yourself. Even if you go to school for 100 years, there are things you will not learn until you start that business. Even if you read all the marriage book, there are things you will not learn until you start in that marriage. So you have to deploy yourself. Don't say, I'm afraid, I don't have all the knowledge, I don't have all this. Look at what God told Joshua. He said, have I not commanded you? So when you have God and you have yourself, you can go into the market and make a difference. Who am I? What is my field? Number two, what do I need to learn? Who do I need to submit to learn? Number three is deploy yourself. Start. You may not open a physical shop, but start online. Use your social media profile and page and status to sell your business. Before you sell anything, be an expert. Let people think you're an expert in that thing. Don't start selling bag. Talk to people about bag. Don't start selling books. Talk to people about other people's book. Don't start selling clothes. I saw a lot of people, they will just post clothes on their. No. Be an expert in clothes. Then people want to buy your clothes. Be an expert in book and people want to buy your book. Be an expert in phone. Don't just post phone. I repair phone. No, teach people how to repair phone free of charge. They will come back to you. Okay? Number one, discern your field. Develop yourself. Deploy yourself by taking action. Start online. No one open a physical office. I'm working somewhere now and I'm seeing someone that opened a physical office and I know the challenge of tax and everything. And you have to be coming to work every day to get customers. So start online. You can start with your status. Start with a page. Start with a group. Start with a WhatsApp platform. Start with a website. Then when that business has overgrown social media, then you can open a physical office. Then delegate. Don't forget, like we'll be saying very soon, you don't have all the resources to work alone. You don't have all the gifts. I remember the last time I came to the NYC, I was telling you that there are initiators. If an initiator is trying to run with his idea, he will be frustrated. So if you're an initiator, look for someone that will run with the idea. If you are a runner, look for someone that will initiate the idea for you. If you are a manager, look for someone that will initiate the idea for you. So delegate. Partner people. If you have a physical business, look for someone that can build an app for your business to be online. If you can build an app, look for someone that has a physical shop that you can put on this line. Partner with people. You know your strengths. Stay on your strength. Look for people that are strong where you are weak and partner them. Don't chop alone and die alone. It's better to chop and make impact than for you to want to do everything. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a startup. No. Delegate. Look for people that are going the same way. Look at Alibaba, the way it started. It started with people that have like mind. Look at Apple. Look at Bill Gates. They had people that joined them to start. They didn't start alone. So discern your field. Develop yourself in that field. Deploy yourself by starting online before you have a physical office. Delegate by looking for customers. Delegate by looking for people that will work for you, and then disciple others. You can't do it alone. The easiest way to grow any business is to do franchise. Look at Chicken Republic. The owner of Chicken Republic has died, but the business is still alive. Chicken Republic is not even in Nigeria, but because somebody came to open the business here. So look for how to disciple people that will run with your dream. Look for partnership. Don't employ people to be your servants. Look for partners. Tell them, look, we are equal here. I'm paying you, but I give you the freedom to be yourself. Number one, discern your field. Develop. Deploy. Delegate by employing people that can help you where you are weak. Disciple by raising successors, by raising followers, and then die. Don't allow death to meet you before you die. Get to a point in time like Jacob, that after blessing your children, you put your leg on the table. Look at that woman that was looking for the salvation of Israel. The woman was waiting for the Messiah to arrive. And immediately the Messiah arrived, he said, now, Lord, you can take your servant home. It was Jesus that gave up the ghost. It was not ghost that picked Jesus away. It was the woman that said, God, I can go. It was Jacob that put his leg on the bed and said, God, I think I can go. Why? Because he knew he has fulfilled what he's supposed to do. So 20 quick points. I don't even know what time I have now, but 20 quick points on how to live as a professional after NYC. Let's start. Number one, accept reality. The greatest shock you will know is that when you finish NYC, you are now an adult. All your siblings that have not been calling you for money, that's one thing I discovered. The people that have ignored you because you're a core member, because they see you are, they thought you are still a student, they will start calling you for money. So first, accept reality that the alawi will not be coming again. Accept reality that you don't have money coming every month again, and that will help you to know that yes, the money is not coming. Accept reality that your parents will be expecting something from you. Accept the reality that your siblings want to hear from you. Accept reality that now you are not a mentor because you have gone to everywhere. People want to ask you questions, even what you don't know about marriage, everything they want to ask you questions. So number one, accept reality. Accept that you have ended that season of being a core member. Remember that core member is between 30. After 30, you have become an adult. So when you finish NYC, you're an adult. NYC, National Youth Service Corps. It means that you are a youth. Then there you finish NYC is the day you become an adult. So you are, the people are asking you now, how about sister? How about husband? People will now be putting pressure. They have given you space because you went for service, and they wanted you to figure out your life. So after NYC, the season has ended. Responsibility, accountability. After NYC, your friends will also change you. Accept reality. NYC season has ended. The free staying by the roadside and dropping cab, and they will stop for you, and people will think you are his best and help you. It will stop. People expect you to help them. Your friends that were calling you, sister, welfare, mama, some of them will not call you again. Some of them will not even come to your wedding. After NYC, your network will change. After NYC, you are an adult. After NYC, you have a space to yourself. Sometimes they will even tell you to go and get a house. After NYC, things will change. AWOF money will change. CDS will change. People that used to hype you when you are not happy, you can look for somebody to hype you. Now you are the one that will hype yourself. So number one, accept reality. Number two, how to live after NYC as a professional. Assess what you have. That question was asked from that woman. What do you have in the house? What do you have? Number one, you have gained experience from school and from NYC. Write it down. Number two, you have visions. There are visions you didn't have before NYC, but now you have the vision. Oh, from working here, if I want to start my own business, I will not do like my boss. From staying with this family, if I want to get married, I will not do like this marriage person. From NYC, you have something, you have experience, you have visions, you have network of friends that you met on NYC, and they are going with you for life. You drop some on campus, and some people are going with you. In NYC, you have passions that just came up. God now inspired you from the rural rugged, from the development, from going to camp. There's a new passion, there's a new friend. And from NYC, you met sister, you met brother. So number one, accept reality that after NYC, things will change. Number two, assess what you have, because it is what you have in the house that you will use to start a life after NYC. Oh, what do I have? I have experience where I work. What do you have? I have experience from being an intern. I have experience from being an NGO. I have experience as the GC and AGC. I have an experience in leadership. I have an experience in the network I met in my CDS. I have experience online from the people I joined in the group. I have experience in new passion. I have friends, and I saw the will of God. That's what you have. Number three, verify what you are going into. Please verify. If you want to start a business, verify. Don't finish NYC and figure that out. Figure it out before you step. You may not spend 2 months on that business, but at least have something to step into. Let nobody ask you during POP. After NYC, what next? You say, I'm still thinking, I'm still praying. No. Start with something. Verify what you are going into. That's why I say you have God. So you allow God to speak to you on what you are starting. You know what you have been doing before you came for NYC. So at least you can continue that. Number three, you also have the society problem you want to solve. You can start solving that problem by going to an NGO or by submitting yourself. So accept reality, number one. Assess what you have, number two. Verify what you are going into. Before, I don't know how many months or how many weeks you have now. Verify before you go. Go and interview somebody that is doing what you want to do. Those that say they want to marry as a goal. Go and interview people that are married and ask them, is it time? You want to start a business, go and meet people that are doing business. Verify what you are going into. Number 4, compare what you have and what is on ground. I have experience. What difference can I make? What business can I start with this experience? I have visions. What business can I start with this? I have a network of friends. What business can we start? I have passion. What job can I take? I have friends. Where can I work? I have aim, the will of God. When can I start with verify what you are going into by comparing what you have and what's going on. Moses thought he doesn't have anything, but he has a staff. And it was what was in his hand, the staff, that became his deliverance. Okay? So, number 1, accept reality. Assess what you have. Verify what you are going into. Compare what you have with what is on ground in the society, in the market. Number 5, assess those that are using what you are going into. You know, you want to go into business. What are they doing? Because you can't repeat people's business. Innovation permits that you do something different. So you want to start shoe making. Look at what they are doing and what you can make a difference in. Number 6, merge your skill, merge the market need, merge your passion, and build an enterprise. Remember that you already have an experience. You are already a professional. Start business. At least register a business name. Even when you are working with people, have your side hustle. Use the skill you got in school, the skill you got in Nysc, the market need, the passion you have, and start an enterprise. Start a business that can combine all of them together. The next one is develop your parts. Do you want to become a consultant? A consultant is somebody that gives advice, an expert professional that gives advice. That means you are going to a service business. Do you want to be a paid expert by working somewhere? Do you want to be a partner? You want to partner with somebody to start a business? Do you want to help people to sell or distribute? Do that. The next thing is to find capacity certifications. There are some things that you want to start that you have to do further studies. There are some things that you cannot go into if you don't do your masters. There are some things that you cannot start if you are not professionally registered. So it is what you want to do that will determine whether you want to go for masters or not. There are some business you cannot start if you don't have a wife. Like ministry, for example. There's an extent you can go to if you don't have a wife. Okay? Number 8 is intern to the top. I'll share this story before I stop. Intern to the top. Whatever you want to do, go and intern. For example, where I am working now, I do graphic design, I do brand strategy, and I want to start a business. But I told myself, let me intern. So I met someone that was doing what I want to do. I said, sir, please, I want to be an intern under you. NYC is ASU is on strike, so I want to join you. I want to be assisting. You don't pay me at all. And the man said, okay, no problem, come and start. And before we know, when I started working, the person noticed that somebody is supposed to help me to train. And the person employed me to be training. And started paying me. I came to serve, but now I am being paid. So the point is, intern to the top. People that are already doing what you want to do, watch them. Okay? The next thing is to develop your profession goal plan. Have a plan before you start anything. Have a schedule. Have a plan. So that even if your plan does not work, at least you can adjust your plan. The next thing to do is to raise capital. There's some business that you want to start that you need capital. So you can work 8 to 4 to raise capital, to get network, to get leverage, to have an online partnership and experience. But while you are raising that capital, please also start your 5 to 9. Okay? Don't start a physical business first. Earn money if you need money. Okay? And then while you are doing that, raise capital, network with people on social media, have an online profile, create your LinkedIn, partner with people, and then after you have built your 9 to 5, that means your after work now, when your online business has overgrown, then you can open a physical office, open your first office, start a franchise, do leverage. The next thing is to understand your natural intelligence. Like I said, you can't thrive in every field if you don't know your natural intelligence. There are 9 different natural intelligence. Number 1, there are people that are linguistic intelligence. These are people that are good in writing, in journalism. They are good as lawyers, as teachers, as educationists. So if you are good with words and writing, please go into writing, go into journalism, go into being a lawyer. You may not be a paid lawyer. You can be an intern. You can be a franchise. You can be a franchise person. You can just be a part-time online. So if you have linguistic and verbal intelligence with your word, please be a teacher, be a lawyer, be an educationalist, go into the media. Number 2, there are people that have musical intelligence. If you are good musically, please make money from that. become a musician, become a composer, become a singer, become a music teacher and a conductor. Number 3, there are people that are logically and mathematically intelligent. If you are logically intelligent, mathematically intelligent, please be a scientist, be a mathematician, be a programmer, be an engineer, be an accountant. Number 4, there are people that are bodily intelligent. That means they are flexible in their body. They can dance, they can build, they are sculptors, they are actors. Please don't allow that thing to waste. Number 5, there are people that have visual spatial intelligence. They know how to manage space, they know how to organize events. You can be an architect, you can be an artist. There are people that have interpersonal intelligence. They know how to talk to people. You can be a psychologist, a philosopher, a counselor, a salesperson, a politician, if God has called you. Number 7, there are people that have intrapersonal intelligence. They don't know how to talk to people. They are introverts. They can't relate with people, but they are very good with themselves. Then if you have that gift of not relating with people that much, then you can go into arts, fiction books, journaling, introspection, writing, creating, minds. You can be a philosopher, a writer. There are people that are good with the natural environment. You can be a biologist, a conservationist, a gardener, a farmer. And there are people that are good in existential intelligence. They are good about nature, God. You can be a pastor, a meditation expert, an instructor, a yoga instructor, a psychic, a pastor, a counselor. So understand your natural intelligence. Number 14 on my list, find complementary fields. Whatever field you enter, you're not the only one there. And everything has, look at Dangote. Dangote started with cement. But when when competitors came to join him, he left and went to sugar. So you must be able to leverage. If you stay in one field, sometimes you have to leverage and say, okay, if this thing I'm doing is no longer selling, what else can I do? The next thing to do is to raise successors. Okay? While you are build lives, you learn from helping others. After you have raised successors, please also start an NGO. NGO is a means of contributing. A foundation is a means of contributing. It's a means of making a voice. Because anybody you help, you can preach to them. Give back to the community through your NGO. Then, don't forget to write a book. The story of a man is not complete until he has written a book. Allow the coming generation to learn about your story. Look at GS, defender of faith. Thank God for the wisdom of writing a book. And I've been able to learn from his life. So write a book about yourself, about your journey. The next thing to do is to remember growth. Like I said, marriage is a growth platform. If for now, what God is calling you into, marriage will not help you. Like Paul. It's not that Paul does not have, Paul he has libido. But Paul knew that marriage will not help him for what God has called him into. So he refused to get married. If marriage will enhance your growth, please get married. If postgraduate study will enhance your growth, please go for your master's. If starting a business is the best place to enhance your growth, please do that. And that will help you to be all that God wants you to do. So, in summary, understand that you have a potential. Believe that you can make a difference. Take action in that area. Be an influencer. Use your platform, use your enterprise, use your professional enterprise to create a buzz. Be an expert that use your core identity to fulfill purpose. Use your passion. Solve societal needs. Okay? Whether in your paid job, and like some people say there is no job outside. No, there's job. I just got a job without applying for a job. I came to serve as an intern. I got a job. You can start a business. You don't need money to start a business. You need an idea to start the business. You can start a business online free of charge. You can use other people's platform. You can use other people's platform to do a lot of things. Marriage should be for partnership and for expression. Postgraduate study should be for development and for ministry. Have a sensitive spirit to be of help to people. In summary, my charge and from my story, let me share my story before I step away. Like I said, I've always loved excellence. I've always loved growing. I hate it when people do routines. I hate it when people are stuck, when people are not growing, when people are confused, when people have mediocre spirits. I hate poor value. Okay? That's who I am, my identity. I love sharing. I love counseling. So what I did was that I built a business from being myself. Now, I am a speaker. I didn't study speaking in school. I studied building concrete. That's what I studied in school. And I still do what I do. I'm still a builder, 8 to 4, but 5 to 9 p.m. and weekend, people invite me to speak online and offline. People invite me to train. I make money from speaking. I write books. I sell ebook online. I have a media group online. I have a YouTube channel. I am not even making influence as much in my 8 to 4. I'm making more influence in my 5 to 9, and I'm making money. And my plan now is that the moment what I'm doing 5 to 9 is selling me and it's giving money, I will fire my boss. I will leave the work I'm doing and go full time into what. So the summary of everything from the question I've been asked is that after NYC, what next? I'm saying after NYC, it is you deploying yourself with the help of God, making a difference in society, either through business, either through career, either through paid employment. But don't forget, PG, marriage, they are a means to enhance you. It is only business that allow you to express yourself. Working for people allow you to express yourself, but marriage is supposed to enhance you to express yourself. So before, it is you. After NYC, it will still be you. After NYC, you. Before it was God. After NYC, God. Before it was society. After NYC, society. So if there is going to be a word I'm going to drop, the Bible says they are not a cause why you are here at this point in time. Please, with God, with yourself, make a different society. Make money being yourself. Make money being a different. Don't just copy. Mini importation, you join. Graphic design, you join. Forex, you join. Stay in your lane and make money. There are people making money being comedians. There are people making money playing football. There are people making money being analysts. You can make money from anything. Find yourself something that will give you fulfillment, something you can make money from, something that will make you have an impact, and something that will make you to be an influencer. We need to turn the world upside down, and only brand influencers and influencers turn the world upside down. And nobody will listen to you until you're an expert. Nobody will listen to you until you have followers. So build your followers and influence your followers for the kingdom. Thank you, and God bless you. Okay. Can't hear anybody. I hope I've been speaking all this way. Can you hear them?
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. So
Can you?
yes, let me stop here for questions and for contributions.
Okay, sir. We'll take questions online, and for those people who have difficult questions, go and raise your hand. I'm trying to unmute you, but you are not unmuted. Okay, go and speak up. So we are
So
going
we are
to
going to
take
take
questions
questions
now.
now.
Can you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
me?
So if you have questions and you are
So if you have
online,
question and you are online,
please try and
please try and raise your hand or communicate speaker. So please signify so that we can take questions from you. We'll give you chance to talk. So from the physical location here, if you have questions, please put up your hand so that we can take your questions now. Okay, let me use it. Okay. Yes.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. It's network. I think the network is bad. No, this. Okay, so if you have questions online, please raise your hand, notify on the chat so that we'll take your question. But we are going to take. Okay, we are going to take the first question from the physical location now.
Wait, I have to follow go and his network is not good.
But start something.
Please speak on. I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, this is from the Alpha location.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Alpha
Okay.
location, please go
I want
ahead.
to ask a question. What if you okay. I want to ask that. Okay, what if you have two natural intelligence? How will you merge them together?
Okay. Am I taking all the question or one after the other?
No, let's take one more.
Okay.
Then you answer the two together.
Okay.
Okay, do we have one more person? Okay, we have one question online. Please, admin, can you unmute? All right, bro Steven, you can speak now.
Balogun meeting want to speak. This is better.
Balogun Clinton, you can speak now, please. Balogun Clinton, are you there? Okay, sir, please just answer the questions and go and invite those that are coming up to speak later.
Okay. Please, can I have the questioner back online so that I can speak to her?
Is it your phone?
So, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. So, the question is when you have two or more natural intelligence, how do you combine it together? Yes, everything is combinable. I want us to be practical. Let me start with myself before I ask you the question. First of all, like I said, my natural intelligence, if you check through what we talked about, I have linguistic intelligence, I have verbal intelligence, I have logical and mathematical intelligence. Okay? I have bodily kinesthetic intelligence, I have visual intelligence, I have interpersonal intelligence, I have intrapersonal, almost everything on the line. I have them. But the common thing is there's always a common trait in all of them, is that education is the common thing, development is the common thing. The common thing in all those gifts is that development. I love to develop. So what I did is that when I discovered that, look, I like talking, I like speaking, I also like writing, I also like doing administration. So I asked myself, what is the common thing among them? I now ask myself, is there any field that I can go into that will allow me to talk, write, and do administration? And that was when I discovered what is called the management consulting. Management consulting. So I entered into what is called corporate management consulting. So I talk to organization. That's one of my intelligence. I write books for organizations, and I do administrative duty for organizations. So all you have to do is look at your intelligence and look for one customer that you can give that thing to. So anywhere you see me now, if I'm talking to you one on one, I talk online, I send books online, I give people administrative strategy online. If organization invites me, I talk to them, I write books for them, and I help them to manage. If you give me contract to manage, I'll talk to you about the contract, I'll write, I do research about it, and I manage the site. So whatever intelligence you have, there's always a common factor of what you can do that will allow you to do the 3 or the 2. Or sometimes you can start with the one that is bigger. For example, now, the biggest out of my idea initially was writing. The first stage of my life, I was just writing and writing online, offline. Then now, I no longer have passion for writing. I now do more of YouTube. I do more of YouTube now. So to write now is difficult for me. But to record something online and to record a video is easier. So if you go to my WhatsApp, you see me writing in a group. If you go to YouTube, you see me talking through videos. And then where I'm working, and people that invite me, I do management consulting for them. I tell them how to do your business, how to start a business. So you can be a consultant, a management consultant, or you can be, there's a field that combines all of them together. Just like Pastor Kumuyi now, is a pastor that writes, is a pastor that speak, is a pastor that counsel, is a pastor that administrates Deeper Life Bible Church. So there's always one thing you can do that will allow you to do everything in your field. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So let's take a practical. Can you tell me where you have natural intelligence? And let's see what you can do that will harness them. Please, can you give me a practical example?
Okay, I am a writer. Like,
Okay,
okay, I'm a writer. Okay, I love
okay,
writing. I love visuals. I'm into graphics design, web design, and I also
okay.
do. I'm a podcaster.
Podcaster.
I'm also a YouTuber. Let it in.
Okay,
So,
okay. So do you see that the common thing is that you like developing? Okay.
developing like
Yeah, you like you write to do capacity development, right?
yes, I write stories.
That's what I'm saying. The common trend is that you are using those platforms to develop, to educate, to inspire, right? So you are either a motivational developer, an inspirational developer, a transformational coach. So you can be a coach that writes, that do visual designs, that do both podcast and do YouTube. You can be a strategist that writes, that design, that do podcast, that do YouTube. So the common trend is that you are a developer. You develop capacity, you develop people. But you use the platform of writing, visual, podcast, and YouTube. So you are in education. You are an educator. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So you are in the educational field, but you are not restricted to being a teacher. You are an educator. So you should think of having a media house, having your own network. You know Oprah Winfrey, right?
Yes, I know.
So you can use her as a coach. That's what she's doing. She writes,
Ah,
she speaks, she has a YouTube, so she can be your role model.
Okay.
all right. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
So I would have had more questions,
Okay.
but for the want of time, we will just have to wrap up now, sir.
It's all right. Thank you for having me. I'm very grateful, everybody, and I'm looking forward to sharing our testimony. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and congratulations
So,
on our
sir,
growth.
sir, your session was recorded to an extent.
It's okay,
The
sir.
beginning part we couldn't get it, but the greater part of it was recorded. So we'll send a copy to you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
So, sir, how can we connect with you, sir?
Yes, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on WhatsApp. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. So once you just search my name on YouTube, Fadumo Daniel Oluwatayomi, you see my YouTube channel, you see my Facebook account, and then my phone number can help you reach me. The phone number is 08066490519. Then on YouTube, if you search FADUMO Daniel DANIEL, then Oluwatayomi OLUWATAYOMI. So I can be reached with my phone number on YouTube, then by email, beloved4@gmail.com. So I'm there in the sky.
So thank you very much, sir. We got every
Thank,
secular news correctly.
thank
Really
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Thank you for having me. And I'm still open. If the questions are compiled and sent to me, I will gladly respond and send it back.
Oh, thank you. We really appreciate that.
Okay, okay, thank you.
So I want to
So
remove
thank.
address for you.
Sorry, sir.
As core members, we want to remove address for you.
Oh, that's interesting.
Remove address.
Okay. Thank you to everyone in the Alpha location.
Hello, please.
Thank you
Are
very
we
much.
ready?
All right.
Remove headdress.
Thank you to Alpha location.